Hope you can hear me and see me down here. This is the endless pool in our backyard at the moment. Very lucky to have this in here. It's allowing me to still keep a little bit of training going during these lockdown times. In the pool right now, we've got under 18 Australian open water swimming champion Byron Kimber. He's just ticking along there, the warm-up pace here of 1 minute 22 per 100, which for Byron is super, super easy. The pool's actually 22 degrees Celsius as well, so it's pretty chilly actually. It's starting to get cold. I'm thinking I'm going to have to put the pool cover on each night going forwards. Now, this particular endless pool only goes to 1 minute 14 per 100, and given that Byron's CSS pace is probably more like a 105, 106 per 100, even at max capacity, he's still going to find it quite easy. So I've got a trick. We're going to use the mother of all parachutes here with Byron. So this thing goes around your waist. It's got this heavy duty belt. We're going to pop it on. It's going to trail out the back. And this thing's going to fill up with water. That's pretty cool because what you can do here, it has got a small opening at the end, but you can make it easier by unzipping this. So it becomes like a little bit of a flap, if you like. So that actually makes it easier. If you close it right the way up, you've got a longer funnel to actually work with. So this is going to be pretty challenging for Byron. So after he's done his 15-minute warm-up, he's got about another 5 minutes to go there, according to my watch. We're then going to do a little bit of work with the parachute there, just to slow him down a little bit. We'll probably pop him up at 114 per 100 meters and see how he goes with that. He is training for the World Open Water Swimming Championships, the Junior Open Water Swimming Championships in August this year. We're hoping he can still keep himself in some sort of reasonable shape. Over here in Australia right now, we are restricted to meeting in groups of just 2 people, which means I can't do any coaching on the pool deck, for example. I can't go and run sessions down in the open water. We've still got the pool here. Know Byron very well. We keep each other posted about how we're feeling from a physical health perspective, etc. So that's all okay and dandy. But he's got some hefty goals that he wants to try and keep going with. So we're going to try and support him with that, and I'm hoping you're going to enjoy these videos that we're going to post every time he's down here. Swimming with us on a Wednesday and Friday, and then I've written a training program for him to be doing in the open water as well, using a marlin, Platisens marlin there to sort of keep him in track and how he's going. Thanks, Justine. Okay, all right, so let's have a little look at some other stuff we're going to be using. If you've seen some of the stuff that we taught before, I love these paddles here. So these paddles are great for Byron's stroke, for your stroke as well. It's a Finis agility paddle. The idea of these paddles is you've got to keep a little bit of pressure on the nose of the paddle just to keep the paddle on to actually get you into that high elbow catch position. So you can see my position here, nicely framed underneath there by Byron, look. Okay, this is very much what we call this reach over the barrel position. So as the hand comes in, tip the fingertip down and just feel like you're actually pressing the water back behind you. What's really cool about using the endless pool is we've got constant speed there, or constant resistance that we're working against. When Byron pops the parachute on, this is obviously going to be pulling him back as well. So it's a really, really good way of identifying whether or not you've actually got too much of a pause within the stroke. So some swimmers talk about this idea of, trying to lengthen out their stroke as much as possible, almost gliding between each strokes. And what you can't really determine sometimes in the open water is how much, or rather even in the pool, how much that's actually slowing you down, that sort of pause and glide, that deceleration, and then the need to accelerate. One of the really interesting things about Byron is he's not the tallest guy on the planet. He is the Australian open water swimming champion and the under 18s. He's not super tall. He's not super strong or muscly or anything like that. And he tends to swim with a very, very high stroke rate. Now, in the past, people have told him that that's a disadvantage. We actually believe it's his strongest advantage. When he's actually racing, he's swimming at around about 90 strokes per minute, which is incredibly quick. In the pool, when people talk about efficiency, Byron would actually take around about 50 to 55 strokes per 50 meters. Most people sort of say, oh, that can't be very efficient. I've heard that you need to be under 40. But this guy's got a CSS pace of 105, 106 per 100 meters. So trust me, he is very efficient. So I'm probably just going to pause the video in a moment. Hope to see you guys back. I'll get the parachute on Byron, and we'll see how he goes with that. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you can join me a little bit later on, probably check back in around about 10 minutes or so if you can.